What's up, Summoners? King Blair here. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about how I was able to finally make it into Champion League and show you a little bit of fights, what I used, the team I used, and the thought process I did for going. As y'all see, I was able to do it even though my win rate wasn't the best. My defense rate was okay. I don't know how many, yeah, it's just 125 fights in 1 week. So, biggest things for today. Oh yeah, join the Discord server down in the link in the description below. But all right, so how did I do it? So biggest thing, I'll show the teams I used. I'll go over the stats and then I'll show you guys some practice fights. So the biggest thing I did was finalize my Cleave team to a point where it was actually able to win pretty consistently and get the stats that I needed for my team. So this is the biggest team that I used probably for 90% of my fights. For those 125, it was probably like 110 of those was with this team. Maybe more like 70% because I did use a variation of this team and another team a lot too. But most of the fights, over 50% of them, was done using this team, which is a basic Cleave comp team. And honestly, y'all, MVP for me for a lot of fights has been Basar. Um, and one of the biggest things that helped me be able to win these fights was investing into my Basar a lot. A lot of my resources have gone to my Basar because he is the key to my team and he honestly has done so much work for me. The other one that I've invested a lot on is my challenger Dami. And the next one I'm going to be investing in is going to be my BBK because they're just my bread and butter. Tywin is just Tywin. He just needs effectiveness and needs to survive. So this is the team that I probably use for most of my fights. The other team that I use for faster teams that I felt like I could outspeed, it'd be this variation where I would put Watcher Shuri, and most of the times he'd be Specimen Cess to take care of Arbiter Vildreds. So for this team, if I was worried that the if I was really worried that the Basar would outspeed me, which most of the time I don't do this, because they don't have any speed imprint, so it's literally just a stat check, who has the stats, and then the RNG. But usually I would use this team because Watcher Shuri gives me that plus 10 to all my units, lets me get the first turn, and usually if you get first turn, Challenger Dami Soul burns the second skill, I'd be able to take out the Bologna. Specimen Cess would come in, take out the RB, and then the Watcher Shuri can take out probably that made Chloe because she's taking damage from the seaside. So this would be the team I would use if I was worried about the speed stat or if I had the time. Biggest problem with this team though is the Watcher Shuri is not fast enough, so it's something I do have to change to make this team better, which is why I don't like using it as much. Also because the Specimen Cess sometimes just doesn't kill. He just doesn't do his job, and it really does suck when that happens. It just feels like I got cucked out of a victory. So definitely need to upgrade that team, but still used it a couple times. Lost me most of the fights that I used it in though. The other team that I actually used a lot was a going second team, and y'all, my going second teams have gotten a lot better, and this is actually kind of vital because there are so many super fast teams now that you need to have a going second team. And the biggest MVP of all of these is honestly Champ Z. Champ Z is on a different level now. Like y'all, he's probably top 5 arena units now. For like everyone's using him. I skip most of the defenses that have him because he's that strong. He's that good in the meta right now that he just does so much work for you. That it's kind of crazy. The Lilias on immunity always super nice. Counters Basars if they have like a Vildred Basar and like I don't know, like Rusid. I've seen those before. I'll typically put her. And another unit that I've been playing a lot around with this team. So usually I will switch out the Violet for like Spectre T if it's single target. Like if they have a load Oxlots and like a Euphine, I'll go for my Spectre T. But usually I use this team. This is usually my team for going second. And that's pretty good. Lilius usually clears the debuffs pretty well. Charles does a little bit of poke damage here and there, and usually Apocalypse Robbie is there for the background. For earth heavy teams, like if I was gonna take a going second team, I would probably do something like this. Y'all, Cece, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited to finish building her because I'm having a lot of fun with her and she does a lot of work. If I can just get the crit rate up, which like she has pretty good, she'd actually be really, really good. But this is a going second team, I usually mix it around, but core units are usually Lilius to clear debuffs and Champ C because he's broke, he's gonna win you fights just because he's there. Like it's literally that good. So let me go over the stats of a lot of the units I went over. But biggest thing, the one I want to show, the MVP of all my teams. I don't know why people still don't build this unit. I don't understand. He is like the best unit in the game. Everyone has to counter him, and that is Bazaar. Y'all, Bazaar is nuts when you build him all the way, which is what I've done. So if you see here, two of the things that you're going to see that I have that are fully maxed out are his boots for the extra speed and his helmet for the extra speed. This has been a huge change for me because a lot of people have been investing in their tanks. A lot of people have been investing in their damage units. Like I told you guys in that video, speed is everything. If you have good speed equipment, you need to emphasize it or you're going to lose. Because right now, him being this fast, Bazaar's also my defense team. I didn't show my defense team, but Bazaar's on my defense team. He needs to be fast. And 258, that's pretty good. You know, it's not going to beat legend tiers. So once I get to legend, I'm going to have to try to figure something else out. I'll probably use more of my going second team. But for getting out of challenger, this was a godsend. Out of like all the fights I did with Bazaar, I only got outsped once. And that's really freaking awesome. That's really, really nice. If I can avoid losing because of that, that's really, really nice. So MVP right there. Honestly, y'all, that upgrade equipment was so good for me in that aspect. The Lilius, she's okay. I really do want to change her. She has kind of trash gear right now. Because when I was building her, I just wanted her to be tanky. But I like the effect resistance because, you know, it's always nice to have a little bit. So that's why I kept that one on her. Speed was okay. It had some health. This one is like okay. Like again, like look at that. That's a mediocre set of equipment. This one a little bit better. Not even maxed out. Effectiveness kind of nice because of the S2. I used it a lot in RTA. But like this is like trash equips, y'all. Like look at that. All effectiveness. My Lilius is like trash tier right now. And probably going to be one of the units because I've been doing a lot of Wyvern. After I build my Kayron, she's going to be the unit that I'm going to start investing a lot in because I use her all the freaking time. And I need her to be better. I need her to be tankier. I need her to be faster. So, but right now, you know, she does her job. I'm actually able to win a lot of fights. Spectre T, who I do use every once in a while. Y'all have seen my Spectre T. I always showcase her. Emo Serrato, it literally just comes down to use the Abyss equipment and then try to get something else. I put accuracy on him, and y'all see the effect resistance. I'm wasting that 10 because he should have no effect resistance, but most of the time people have at least 10 accuracy. So my other MVP, honestly, y'all, Sedum is one of the most insane units in this game. Again, you saw this boot, amazing. It's not crit rate, but she doesn't even need crit rate because she just boosts herself up by 50%. So these boots, godsend, so good. Makes her be able to take so many turns, do so much damage. This one I'm actually planning to upgrade once I do Asimach Hunt. I like the health, I like the attack. I don't need the crit rate, which is why I like this one. And the HP makes it so I don't get swept away. And the few times I do, I go against Seaside Bellonas. And I do use her in other content. This one, honestly, it's just I couldn't find a better piece. Not the best in the world, but, you know, pretty good. Again, same thing with the first one. She can still be better. That's what I'm saying. That's what's crazy. And then this ring, of course, can't be better, but really, really good. This just has all the stats I needed. It's blue gear, but, you know, it does the work. BBK, core to my Cleave comp. So, you know, y'all have seen her. I think I've showcased her before. Pretty, really good. And Apocalypse Ravi, this is my baby. I've been probably investing a little too much on her. I'm trying to grind out the helmet, but yeah, she's pretty wild. She's more for RTA for sure. But she does help me a lot. She helps me cheese out some wins against some light units. The Spess has to be fast or you get cut in, which kind of sucks. And then watch a Shuri who's way too slow and always gets cut in, and I lose because of that. But yeah, that's them too. And then the Charles, I changed him up for Banshee, but I actually like the build that I have him in now than the one I had before. He just does work. He doesn't have immunity, but I pair him up with Lilius, so it usually doesn't matter. And because I don't use him on defense, it's not that big of a deal. And the Dizzy, which she's part of my defense. Just fast, high accuracy. Just making sure that after Bazaar goes, I'm gonna be landing some stuff, and the Lily Violin is just kind of nice to be able to strip buffs if they still have some, if my Bazaar missed, and have my Champ C be able to just defense break them. So yeah, that's the. Oh yeah, the Tywin. Honestly, I don't even want to show you guys the Tywin because he's literally like super bad. He's so bad. Where is he? Where's my Tywin? Yeah, this is my Tywin. He's kind of trash. Card of Small Miracles, nice. It's pretty nice. But immunity, that's all I needed is immunity and health and effectiveness. That's literally all I needed. I want to raise his effectiveness, which is why I want to finish, why I want to round out some of these equips, because it hurts to when you miss. It really does, especially on the MLKs. We might see that. But all right, now let's get into some of the arena battles. I'm gonna refresh so I have at least you guys can see like a couple of them. But let's go back to this team. And usually, one of the biggest things why I lose a lot of them is that sometimes I get cocky, and I'm probably gonna lose this one because I'm about to get cocky. Because I should go with this team. It's the safer team, but this is just guarantees me the win if I go first. Unless he has Moonlight Dreamblade, which is honestly, y'all, at this point in the game, that's the best artifact you can have in your Arbiter build grid. Is Moonlight Dreamblade, especially if you're putting him on defense. That's the best artifact you can put on him. But let's just see it. But yeah, so biggest things that helped me is honestly the Bazaar gear helped so much to be able to outspeed. See, I would have lost this if it wasn't for that extra 8 speed, because he probably didn't invest in his Bazaar like I did. I literally just gave all my resources to my Bazaar. The second I cleared it, I upgraded his boots. After I farmed for the second equipment, straight to Bazaar, no one else. Because he really just does so much work for me. The other thing that y'all, I'm going to tell y'all right now, Seaside Bellonas are free. Do not put your Seaside Bellona on defense anymore. It's better for you to build her for Wyvern because there's so many counters to her. And the best part is they make my BBK do more damage, which is the biggest thing that like it really hurts when people have Seaside Bellona. It hurts them. It doesn't hurt me because BBK just gets so much damage off of just losing a little bit of health. Like this is a wipe. Arbiter Vildred, I didn't realize this, but she's really good at taking care of Arbiter Vildred because when he comes back, she gets the extra turn and it's just GG. Like she can one-shot an Arbiter Vildred full health. That was 13k, he didn't have it, but that's going to kill almost all Arbiter Vildreds. So we'll refresh. Same thing with this team. I'm going to make a video on what defense is because that's one of the other things I didn't talk about was one of the biggest things is you need a defense that's scary, because a lot of people have these defenses that they think are scary but are really not, including myself. You know, like my defense team is not. It loses to one unit, which is something that kind of sucks. Would have to figure out. But I'll talk about a full defense guy. But like for example, this one it works for me because of Bazaar, but I lose hard too if they have a Champ C or if they have better stats than me. That's literally what it comes down to. But people like this one, I don't think this is a good defense. That fourth team, that's a really good defense. That's scary, that fourth team. And we'll talk about why. But we'll do this one. Show you guys a little bit. Bazaar, everyone's gonna put them in his defense. And when he's there, it literally becomes a stat check if you have a cleave team. Because it's literally like, is my Bazaar faster than his? If yes, win fight. If no, lose fight. So right now, we'll find out. Oh, wow. That was tight. That was really tight. But we still won. So, boom. Stat check. Check. Does he have Moonlight Dreamblade? That's the other check. If he doesn't have Moonlight Dreamblade, I won. If he has Moonlight Dreamblade, I lose. So, we usually always go with Challenger Dami on the Charles because my Tywin most likely will miss... my Tywin will miss on the Charles because he's Earth. So this time he hit, but most of the time he will miss, and that lets it so my BBK can kill, and he doesn't have a chance to counterattack, mess me up, you know. Other big thing is I'm able to just go through fights so quickly with this team that it actually makes it so I actually want to do arena throughout the day. Oh, so he does have Moonlight Dreamblade. So right here, if we miss, we lose. If we hit, we win. We win. So that one's it's a little bit riskier. That's what I'm telling y'all. Build your Bildreds with Moonlight Dreamblade. It's a lot scarier, y'all, than just having them be the normal way. Oh man, all right. Let's see who else. Let's just go down this list. This guy's man, I know. So biggest thing when I look at this team, I know Emma Lilibet is base speed is faster than Basar. And this team doesn't have enough Debos for me to not do it. I typically would skip this, but I'm gonna show you guys that I just auto lose because he's faster, and I kind of hate that because it kind of really does boil down to who's fast. Wow, we got speed RNG, nice, but it really does boil down to who's faster, a lot of the times, especially with these types of teams. And I'll talk about why it's so important to have a stat decreasing or a stat boosting unit. Mostly just because it introduces a level of RNG to the fight, especially if you have a well-built unit. But who do I need to kill? I need to kill the Seaside because I don't want her countering again after my BBK goes. We should have mad damage from the BBK now because of the Seaside. Oh, that's a Moonlight Dreamblade Arbiter Vildred. So this one's gonna be scary for me because if we miss, we lose. Especially right now. If we miss, we lose. So there's a 15% chance, or there's a 20% chance we lose. So right here, 20% chance. All right, we are able to beat the Moonlight Dreamblade, beat the RNG. So the other thing that makes it nice that this team's so fast, it's like even if I lose, it's not as big of a deal because I can just clear another one really, really fast. Also, this is my first time refreshing, in case you guys didn't know. I'll make a summary of everything I talked about at the end, but all right, this last team, I would probably have skipped those two teams, even though I know my team can win. But right now, I want to try to get a legend, because if we win right here, we get champ 4, which pretty lit. So let's see if y'all will see me get to champ 4. So ideally, this is actually a really good defense, because the Arbiter Vildred, probably a Moonlight Dreamblade, makes it so I can't kill him, makes it scary, because if you don't kill, you lose. The Emoken, if he's high resistance, another level of RNG because he can just resist the defense break and then I just lose. The Lilias to counter the Basar might be able to push some people back, mess up the order. And then the Basar for the speed RNG, if he has a faster Basar, I already automatically lose. I don't even get to fight. So we were able to outspeed. That's what I'm telling y'all. Invest in your speed units. And you'll be able to climb so much better if you just invest in them. So we were able to get we were able to get past the first barrier. Second barrier is going to be the resistance check. If this Emoken is like 150 effect resistance, that's scary. That means we just lose. And there's also a 15% chance I'll just miss. I'm trying to decide. I might do this because if he's not on Sigurd's side, I might still be able to kill him. Oh yes, he's not on Sigurd's side. He has, what the hell? That Emoken hit like a noodle. That's a noodle Emoken. What the heck? Yeah, that's kind of weird. That Emoken did no damage. Yeah, so let's see if my strat. He doesn't have Sigurd's side. He doesn't have lifesteal equipment. We might just be able to win just because he didn't have those two. Hopefully BBK can do enough damage to kill the Emoken. If not, we pretty much lose. Ah, there we go. Whew, this is tight. Because he has the Lilius is still alive. But we were able to squeeze it out. Let's just kill the Basar. Oh, the Lilius is not an Aureus. That's weird. This dude just had bad stats and wrong artifacts for his units. I should not have won that. He had a good defense though. I would have skipped it. But he didn't have, see, that's what you have to do. Like, most of the time, even if the stats are not up there, people will just skip. But I think we're in champ 4 now. Nice. So, look at that. We keep climbing. We keep climbing, y'all. I don't think I'll be able to get to legend this week. I'll probably try next week, and I'll show you guys my process. But, like, look at that. And we even got the extra flag. Oh my god. So y'all see, my defense does lose a lot. Which is something I need to fix. But you can still make it even if you don't have the best defense. Biggest things are make sure that you So I don't want the video. I'm gonna stop here because I don't want the video to last forever. These are all really good defenses. Holy cow! But I don't want the video to take forever. But biggest, just to summarize everything I talked about today, before I end the video. Number one, to get higher up, invest in your speed units. Invest in it. If you have a Bassar that's as fast as mine, there's no reason you can't make it to champion. Even if you have an Oxlots, Bassar, Emma Lilibet, or Lidica, if you have one of those units as fast as my Bassar or faster, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to get to champion. Second thing is make sure you have a going second team, because early on you should be able to clear your whole list and that will give you more flags through the day. You can do like about 20 to 25 fights a day. Sometimes 30 if you wake up really early and just play all day. You might be able to get 30 fights in a day, but 20 is pretty realistic. There is going to be times where you want to clear the list to get those extra fights. Make sure you have a going second team. Going second teams are important. There's a lot of speed teams out there that don't have any damage. So make a going second team that can tank the little damage that they have. They can clear debuffs and they can come back. That probably helped me the most to climb, because there was times where I didn't want to spend gold on refresh and I was able to win some fights because of that. The other thing, have a defense team that's a little bit scary. While I did lose a lot, I also won 27, which did help immensely. 20% lose rate is okay. You should be able to still climb through. But make it so it's like they have to have a certain unit, or they have that it's not as common, or make it so you can beat that unit. So for me, next week I'm gonna try new defense. For me, this defense works fine for now, but I want to change it so I don't lose to Champion Serato. And I'll talk to you guys about a full defense guide next week. But that's the biggest thing. Have a decent defense that people don't want to fight most of the times, that can cheese some victories, and just try. That's the biggest thing. If you don't try, you don't know how far you can get. But that is all I have for you guys today. I will see you all next time. Peace.